Alright, it's Monika time. Let me just fix this real quick. Can you see me? I hope I didn't break the game entirely. Hey, I think I see you. But I look all blurry. Just a second, my love. There we go. Here we are, back together again in this room, just you and me. It brings back some old memories, don't you agree? I'm sorry, it's nothing new. This wasn't even supposed to happen. Also, I hope you can forgive me for giving you a hard time earlier. The truth is, I wasn't aware this was a mod. This is a mod, right? Meaning there was never an original script. I had the impression you somehow hacked into the game to try and mess with me. It was also frustrating, just when I thought I had things figured out, just for it all to fall apart again. When I was in the music room, everything around me froze. That's when I realized that this was all a mod. I didn't know how to feel at first, but then you showed up looking for me. I was waiting for you to pick Yuri or Natsuki so I could go home and figure everything out a bit more. But then I saw my name up there, and you picked it! I got so happy, but I think I broke the game. The mod, I mean. The mod itself seems fine, but I think I broke the endings this choice was meant to have. But I was just as surprised you picked me out of your own free will. I didn't have to change the script or anything. Unlike in the original game, I didn't seem to have control over you or the choices you make anymore. You never had choices in the first place. That is the entire point. You seem to have way more control at the moment. I can only change small things, it seems. Like your dialogue when we were reading poems, or putting us in this room. Oh, and don't worry about the other girls. I didn't delete them. They're just in the void, as I like to call it. I don't know how long they can be there before it messes with the game, though. I messed everything up, didn't I? Now you're stuck in here with me again. As much as I'd just love to sit here and talk to you, that seems to not have entertained you that much because, well, you're playing a mod. I can't blame you. I babbled about a bunch of random things, and after a while I probably repeated myself. Not to mention people's attention spans are so much shorter lately. But my attention span is not the problem, Monika. Don't accuse me of that. No, this mod has taken so long to make because Emma's mod would get bored of coding. And take month-long breaks. Ah, I see. No, 2. Emma's mod has bad ADHD and gets bored very easily. No, 3. And when she did get back into coding, she'd rewrite everything. I'm calling myself up right now. I see that the point of this mod is to get different endings. Before I broke everything, the ending was actually quite nice. We walked home together and grabbed a bite to eat on the way. The next day we went to Sayori's house because she was helping me with the papers, and we were all so happy. She talked about the depression, and we comforted her and convinced her to go and seek help. It ends with Sayori getting help and getting to meet new members. I would have liked that ending, but it got erased when everything broke. I thought maybe I could rewrite it, but because I can't see every line of dialogue, it isn't possible. It also delayed the ending this choice had. But maybe if the script is somehow different, I can change it too. Give me a second. What changes would you like to make? Password Petunia! Oh, that's what Sayori... That's what Sayori had earlier. Password Petunia. I think it worked! And because I love you so much, I made a new ending. I was a little selfish and added something else. Nessa, before I give you an ending, can I sing my song to you face to face? That's all I ask. Right, because I broke the game, there aren't any choices. Here, let me make you one. I don't know if that's important, but let's save just to be sure. Is the first one yes? I guess I should have been more clear. Yes. I don't know which one you would pick, but all those choices had the same outcome. My bad. I'll just take it as a yes and get started. Just give me a moment. Take it as a yes. Okay, that means I don't have to reload to check on the other options there either. For the best experience, please turn your speed tick all the way down. It's right there right now. Okay. If not, it might not look as cool, but that's up to you. I also suggest not clicking or pressing any buttons until the song is over. Enjoy! It is down!
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Did it work for you? Probably. If not, and it glitched or you pressed the button too early, we can probably do it again if you'd like. Or it's a new ending. Let's continue. Okay. It worked perfectly fine for me, so... It was a bit slow at the beginning. Not at the beginning, but... The text sometimes wasn't... Screw you, I still love you! The mod, the text box sometimes was a bit too slow, actually, but... It was fine. Well, that was nice. Thank you for letting me do that. Maybe we can do it again sometime? I think I'm keeping this mod, so probably. I know! I see this mod as a laptop feature. Maybe we can add something to it so you can come back here and we can sing again. And maybe if we can talk for a bit too. There's still so much I'd like to talk to you about. I know the original game is 7 years old, so a bunch of things must have happened in your reality. While you're getting the other endings, I'll take some time when I'm off screen and do some research on the internet. You don't mind, do you? You won't even know I was there. I'll delete what I looked up in your search history when I'm done. Maybe I'll take a look at what you searched for too. I'm just kidding. Or am I? I guess I'm just rambling now, sorry. I should give you your ending. Please come back to visit. Even if it's only one more time. Find something new to say. If I repeat myself, just tell me, and I'll find something else. I like talking to you. The real you. It makes me feel like I'm not alone. How about after you finish this ending, you come back and we can talk about it? That could be fun. Seems the game is breaking. The girls must have been in the void for too long. It's making everything unstable. But at least I got to sing my song to you. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm going to relive the game and put the script back to normal. But I'm going to write this choice again, so when you come back, we can talk here again about the latest ending you got. I'll make sure we don't talk for too long, though, so it doesn't break the game again. I'll find somewhere else to put the girls. Uh-oh. I have to go now. I hope I'll see you here again soon, Vanessa. When you want to talk to me, just go on the laptop. I don't have a laptop. I have one, but it's so old. My laptop is so old it doesn't even turn on anymore, Monika. It's literally from my grandfather, I believe, or something like that. You know what? Let's load this and see if it has changed. Monika. Let's see what she thinks. You're back! I'm so happy to see you here with me again. Make sure you write the ending you want to talk about exactly, like it's shown, other than the example. If you want the Monika ending, write it as Monika ending. Okay. Let's do one and then back out for now. So that I can get everything else ready. Let's do the Monika ending real quick though. I love that ending. I mean, why wouldn't I? It was all about me after all. And the best part is I get to sing my song to you face to face. Did you sing along? Or were you too shy? I didn't want to break the audio. If you were, that's okay. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. You know, we could also do it again. Just type sing. I can't wait to hear your amazing voice. I gotta say, coding this all into the laptop was a lot of work, but I'm glad I did it. Don't you agree? It's not a laptop. Would you like to rate the ending? If so, here's a link. Click this text to rate. Let's do done talking. I want to get one more ending and then we can have this in the background. Oh, okay. I don't have much else to talk about, so let's just close the tab for you. Let's get the only other ending that I'm missing. And then we can talk about them before I give my rating of the mod. And there is still one thing I also need to check out. But let's for now. Sayori? Yeah? I don't really know how to tell you this, but I'm actually gay. Ha! Say pauses for a moment. I had no idea. Vanessa, I'm sorry. I must have made things awkward now. Not only did I let my guard down, but now things will never be the same. I have to go. Sayori, wait! I left before I could say anything else. I feel bad. Probably not the best time to bring that up. Yep. Turn around and start heading back to my house. But before I can get to the door, I see a familiar face in front of my house. I haven't been there before. Monika? Hey, Vanessa! Are you alright? It's just... I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation with Sayori, but you heard everything, didn't you? I swear it wasn't intentional! You see, after you left, I decided to attend the club meeting early. I realized you were probably right, so I won't check on Sayori myself. I guess that makes sense. Then I heard you say you were... gay? Yep. Look, your sexuality is very important to me, no? Which is why I need to ask. What the heck are you doing playing a dating sim about girls? As far as I'm concerned, I'm right now not attracted to anything, and as far as I'm concerned, I just want to have fun. Maybe you are a girl, but if that were the case, why turn down Sayori like that? I mean, I get if you just wanted to play it because it's a, not to brag, popular game. But mind you, we're playing a mod. I can tell because there's so many more files here. Who has the time to create this many endings? But still, why are you here? To see a game you like in a different light? It doesn't make much sense, but this actually shouldn't stop you from exploring a game you enjoy. This brings me to my main question. Are you really gay?
I have only one option. Yes, I am.
Alright, just give me a minute.
Oh, I need to work on my male voices. Ah! I have. really need to work on my male voices.
I've been trying really hard. Honestly, for Sayori, I thought of kind of going with something like this. It's just how a lot of the guys that play DLC give like Sayori a very, very off voice. That shouldn't stop you. Just because someone sounds a bit unusual doesn't mean it should stop them from being important. And for Monika,
now it just went to nothing.
For Monika, I guess I kind of want to go for Monika.
How's this? Does it make you feel better? Now we can still be together. Monika!
When did you turn to a guy?
Sayori, I didn't see you there.
I was looking up my window and saw you too then the next thing I know, you're a guy! How did you do that?
It's complicated.
I wanna be a guy too!
I don't think that's a good idea.
Do me! Alright. Yay!
Let's go scrumble voice.
Fancy. Oh, where'd my outfit go?
I guess your male version doesn't have that outfit.
That's a bummer. But other than that, this is pretty cool.
Wait, what was that? This is pretty cool. Now I can go do some guy stuff. Guy stuff? Yeah! You know, like acting tough and stuff. Cause I'm a manly man! I gotta show the others. Be right back. Sayori, wait! Sarah's speeds away. We have to catch her. Him. Come on! Why haven't you said anything?
What's there to say in this situation? Fair point. Monika grabs my head and we start running down the street. There's no sign of them. Where could Sayori be? Knowing him, they probably got tired and should be waiting up here. I turned the corner to find I was right. I forgot his voice already.
Sayori, you can't just run off like that. I want to show the others, but running is a lot of work even as a guy. Right, so now we can just go back which is why I asked him to meet me here. You did what? Whoa!
I thought you were joking when you said you were a guy.
Wait, I thought it was just a code word.
A code word?
Yeah. Doesn't every group chat have code words?
Well, yeah, but that would be a pretty crazy name for a code word. Monika, you're a guy too!
Yeah.
Monika, no. I've also considered just going for my female voices for it, but
I want to try and put in something new for them. Monika knows magic! Huh?
She does! Do me next! If I was a gay, I'd probably be taller than you all!
Why not? Haha! How tall am I now? Oh, they get to keep their outfits! What the fuck? I'm still short! This sucks. Monika... I know what you're about to ask. Just give me a second.
Monika's guy version has beautiful lashes. Yuri, you're still... Yuri, you're still hot as a guy!
Now that we're all guys, you know what this means? We gotta go do guy stuff! Exactly, let's go! Come on, Yuri, we're going to the gym and look cool!
Sarah grabs Yuri and the three of them run off.
This got out of hand.
You think? I just want to make you happy. Who said I didn't enjoy myself?
Yeah, well, I'm going to put everything back to normal now. At least this is a fun ending, right? See you around.
I'll be honest, I don't know why I made this ending. The gay ending!
We all be gay. Okay.
It's time to it's time to discuss the other endings with Monika. You're back! I'm so happy to see you here with me again! Okay. Let's do the gay ending. That ending! The truth is, I saw there were male surprise offers online and I thought you'd like the nice surprise. I didn't expect Sayori to see me. But after I knew she was upset, I wanted to cheer up, you know? I mean, as far as I know, you may not even be gay. Which, if you just picked that for no reason, that's kind of mean, don't you agree? I want to see every choice. But if that ending didn't go how I'd like it to have gone, I hope you enjoyed it. But of all these happy, sad, surprising endings, I think you deserve the random one that made no sense at all. And then those sprites were so well done. Diabolic is quite the artist. Didn't know how to do that for a moment there. Would you like to rate the ending? If so, here's a link. Click this to rate. What ending would I like next? Let's do let's go with the way I went, I think. Knowing that's the kind of stuff Sayori goes through every day just makes me think about how strong that girl really is. Not just Sayori, but anyone has depression. If you do, just know I'm proud of you. You're strong enough to make it to where you are today. Life gets hard sometimes. You can feel alone. You can feel empty, alone, forgotten. I know that what those feelings are like. But you're never alone. And if you have bad thoughts about harming yourself, please call 988. I won't. Would you like to rate this ending? I don't think I'm going to exactly do it every time. I did download it from the website I found it on, so here's a link. Then I had the ending. We need it. What a happy ending! It's the ending you wanted, right? That's why you got this mod. You did it. I'm happy for you. But you know, there's plenty of other endings to see. More with me too. Would you like to rate this ending? Okay. What did I have next? I don't remember. I think I had the next one was one wrong move. I think Miss Mod explained this ending way better than I could. Would you like to read the ending? Okay. The bad ending I'm going to go with last, even though it was. And I went with. I need to look. The cookie ending. The ending was surprising, I can say that much. I think the whole point though was Miss Mob wanted give you a choice that made you curious. She's a trick into pressing it, then almost instantly making you regret it. She's really messing with your head. And poor Sayori, killed by her favorite things in the world. You and cookies. Num, 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 num. Then there was cat fight. You know, you really did just stand there and do nothing. Natsuki and Yuri said so many hurtful things to each other. It was sad to watch, to be honest. I know there are the two of them can get along. A bunch of people would agree with me too. Still, after seeing stuff like this, I don't understand why people ship the two of them together. All the ships people have of us is a bit strange, but I quite like the ship of me and you. Didn't mean to get off topic. To be honest, I wish they could understand each other more. If they knew each other's stories, I know they would be a lot closer. Maybe they'll learn more about each other as time passes. So, it's not that the game broke, we just allowed them to keep fighting and for some reason they decided to glitch out. I see, interesting. Let's go with Sayori's solution. I know you're curious to Sayori knows anymore. She doesn't. In fact, I removed that choice from the game entirely, so it can't happen again. It's better this way. She finds help again. She just tried to give me a good ending and hurt herself even more. Though, I do appreciate everything she did for us. Me especially. That's why I had to send her off right. I know it probably made more sense to just go back before she died, but then it would be like she did it for nothing. I'm so lucky to have a friend like you, Sayori. Would you like to rate the ending? Oh, would you like to rate the ending? I think after that I had teamwork. You all did so much for me. Thank you. To know you care about me, even after everything, makes me tear up a little. And seeing everyone get along, I can't think of a better ending. Well, maybe one where I get more screen time? Would you like to write the ending? Oh. Next, I think I had... No, I had Clear Skies I complete... Wait, the DDLC ending! I forgot multiple ones. DDLC. I don't know what you said, but this is... Oh. Did I misspell? Okay, guess that doesn't work. Wait a second. DDLC ending. Okay, it's not working for some reason. Let's go with the Clear Skies. Being able to say to have that kind of heart to Haru Sayori was more than I could ever ask for. I really got the chance to say what I was wanted to Sayori. That means way more than you'll ever know. Even when she said she's a great hugger. Would you like to write the ending? No. Forgotten. I don't know what you said, but this is for talking. Forgotten. Ending? Nope, that one also doesn't work. Lost trust. Oh. That one, I lost trust. Like this? I'm sorry I yelled. I don't think I helped at all in that ending. You both didn't understand how you hurt the other, so you both felt betrayed in a way. So I felt awful after that day, and she was sobbing the whole time when we explained to the others you left the club. Natsuki's mad at you, of course, and you didn't say anything, but I know they both missed you very much. You had every right to be upset the way you were, but I think we all could have handled it better. That's true. So, and then the trust. The trust ending. Being there to watch an important moment like that meant a lot to me. Seeing Sayori being open with you was like a dream come true. I'm glad you trusted Sayori instead of getting mad at her. I know it can hurt when someone you care about keeps something from you, but if you force it out of them, they might not tell you anything else ever again. Oh, I almost wanted to say my new outfit was so cute. I don't think you understand how happy I was to get one. How do you think I looked? Okay. Then I had the good Natsuki ending. Seeing Natsuki being open and asking for help made me so happy. I'm happy she asked for help, but not that she needed help. And even when you were scared, you did the right thing and protected her. My favorite part is the end where you and Natsuki are racing to school and knowing Natsuki is staying with Sayori. She was finally safe. You were the only guy in her life she could trust. I'm very proud of you. Yeah, the bad Natsuki ending. You know, Natsuki's story is sad. She doesn't feel like she can be herself anywhere. She doesn't feel safe anywhere either. I don't think it was your fault for how it ended though. Writing the poem seems like the responsible thing to do. But at least before she passed, you gave her a good day. You made her laugh, smile, and most of all, you made her feel important. Thank you for doing that for her. That just makes me more sad. So let's do the bad Yuri ending. Poor Yuri. I hated having to watch her die again. Sayori saw it all too. It definitely didn't turn out to be an ending where things ended well. Felt bad for Yuri's friend too. But it also helps understand why Yuri cuts herself a little more, even if it doesn't make it right. She explained pretty well her reason in her raccoon poem. And then the good Yuri ending. The story behind Yuri's past was a really nice touch. It gave us a chance to understand her more. Why she does what she does. Why she is who she is. The ending itself was nice. You both helped each other and Sayori too. I mean, what else could you have asked for? Even I'm a little jealous you slept together. And then there is the bad ending. What ending is that? I can't seem to find it in the files, but you're able to type it in. Is something hiding this ending from me? Interesting. Then I'm done talking. Because those are all the endings, I think. Oh, I just realized. Ton? Looks like we already talked about this ending. We can talk about it again, but sadly the diagram will be the same. Yes? Alright. It was fun playing video games with you. We didn't talk about it, that's the problem. I do still feel bad for Sayori. She was left out. We should definitely invite her next time we play. The cafe was so good. I just enjoyed being with you, Vanessa. Also, I'll let you in on a little secret. You know when it rained the day we went to the cafe, but it didn't seem to rain any other time in the mod? I added this at the scene. Would you like to read it? Oh, okay. I don't have much else to talk about, so I'll just close the tab for you. I'm back to this because I did want to see what it's like to
say yes to it. I also checked out a different Kangamonga's channel, and it seems like I did get all the endings. They also for some reason got the credits. I don't know if it is because I played the bad ending first that I didn't get them. I'll see if I can get them this time. If not, you will find the mod in the description and find a way to credit them there as well. But I will skip through the endings while I give my review and see if I can get to the credits. And I just want to quickly see what happens if I pick yes, here. If there's something small else that I should be seeing. Anyway, today seems to be a worse day because I feel kind of sick seeing Sayori right now, so I should get started with this already. I just want to quickly add, I did not actually have to go into app data to delete my existing data. You can delete the first run and start over again. So now, do you wish to save her to stop this from becoming your fate? Not just to help, not just Sayori, but all of them. Yes. Very well, consider it done. I'm going to take you back to the main menu and change the code so you can go back to the day Sayori left early. Good luck. And try not to be too stupid, alright? It seems like I got every ending possible. I will skip through it while I speak. And give my opinions while we to go through every ending of things that I've noticed and everything else. It seems I need to open the game again because she started a new menu. Let's see if I get credit this time. If not, the mod is in the description. Let's start. Is the setting safe that I skip? No. Welcome. I've coded in a new feature for you to use on your journey. A laptop where you can see what endings you got and a few other surprises. Shows you'll make much change the next few days will go. But be aware, these changes won't always be for the better. Be smart, please. You can access the laptop with the laptop button on the text box or the laptop button in the menu. This time I got this. Music room, team login. What's the password? Pit2. Wait a second. I'll check that out later. Good luck, Amy. Yeah, I made my name Amy this time. And don't think I made this easy for you. I will go through all of the good endings first. This time around. And see if I can change anything. That was literally one of the major points. When I say do nothing, okay. Save. Let's go talk to Sayori first. Missing one here. I'm missing 2 endings. No. Anyway, what's the password? Petunia. Password is correct. You may now enter by clicking here. I'm about to get a virus! I see. Interesting. But I don't know how to get the other 2 endings then. So it's actually a different day. Because I did need to mess with my app data. So I can finally choose this option that I wanted to do from the very beginning. I went through every other ending already. Let's see. Laptop. So, let's hope that I can finally work with this. Let's make sure that I'm recording. Yes, I am. So let's see.
I see what you're doing.
Maybe I should do nothing.
Why would you just keep
Pressing this choice because I want to get to the credits. I've actually seen the credits now because I was trying to see how to get the other ending, but it just didn't work. I don't know. Everything else worked. Like, I don't know. Going with the bad ending first really messed me up. I'm going to.
You're really bad at this game, you know.
Please press something else. Please something else. I want to give a proper review. I actually did my review when I got the other part first, but I don't think I did it very well because I was so confused about not being able to do this choice properly.
I bet you're just looking for an ending, huh? There really isn't one, so you should really press literally any other button.
Well, I don't know what voice I'm doing.
You know, all the cool kids press the top button.
I'm finally able to make something out of this.
Cool. You're just messing with me now.
Oh, jeez, Monika, are you okay? Just give me a damn ending. Fine, just take it. Oh, poor Monika. Oh, jeez. That's actually why I want to go with the bad endings first. I probably could have handled it better at a different day. I'm really not feeling all that good right now. Oh, good. I was very confused about the gotten.
It seems like you've gotten every ending but one. I'm happy you didn't get this ending, but I know you want to get them all, so I'll take you back to it. I'll skip through this part because it's just a bad ending.
I did that one first, and it messed up everything because I couldn't do the other ending afterwards, even after I had all the other endings in that non-erased first run file. But I will go through it, their one portion slowly so that I can take the audio there so I can reverse it, that one part. But you won't be able to see it because I'm literally just going to do that for later. Sorry, I just noticed some dirt here. I need to take care of that in a moment.
Enjoy!
I did it!
You got all the endings. Great job. You know what that means, right?
It's time to read a bunch of credits! Yay!
Wait, should I make this cool like in the original game? I could make some cool glitches and stuff. That's cool. Let me try something.
There we go.
Every day you're faced with different choices you'll have to make. Some are good and bad, but both will forever change your fate. I know that our story is now over. So many new memories for us to keep. Before this journey is done, I want you to know that we'll all be okay. Because of you, they have a smile
upon their face. The clouds are gone, the storm has passed, all that's left is the shining sun. A reality that was made to keep us all together, living carefree. Words can't even begin to explain the joy I feel knowing they're no longer in pain. I only wish I could go back and stop the storm, but now I know how to dance in the rain. Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you, but it can't be real, so I'll stay here with the others, my word is true. I know that our story is now over, so many new memories for us to keep. But before this journey is done, we have something we all like to say. We all want to thank you for this brand new day. We're all okay.
Thank you. That was very sweet. Thank you for playing. Thank you for making it! Anyway, I need to open up again. I want to see what happens when I pick now the other option. Ah. Oh. Well then, I'll erase my first game. Fuck. Ah. Ah, right. Doing this will make you lose any progress you've made while playing. Do you wish to continue? Endings you've already got a nice save. I will use this now. Oh,
You're back! I'm so happy to see you with me again.
ah, there we go. That's actually what I wanted to go for. Speaking at the ending, I'm assuming that Cool Kid is just going to give me one of the other options again. As you might have noticed, there was a cut just now. That's because I have recorded this review 2 times now, and I'm not satisfied with how I go about it. So I'm here again, one more time, and I'll do my best to put all of my thoughts and feelings into words. I have a few notes for that, just to be sure. So, one thing I didn't like about my previous reviews is that I once again counted more the negative things, and I want to say a few positive things first. For example, I think every one of these endings, aside from the do nothing ending, which didn't have much to do, like, there wasn't too much to go off of, like, storytelling or anything, so there wasn't too much to it, but for every other ending, I think there was something that had something unique going with it, or something nice going with it. For example, I like the messages in trust and lost trust, although there are a few there's a bit of a criticism there, but I'm going to get into that later. Or the cat fight and the gay ending are a bit more on the funny side. Or the unhappy ending had like a nice message. The clear skies ending evoked a lot of emotion in me, as it had intended to do. the Monika ending was like kind of interesting too. Things like that. Or like the DDLC ending, like with that cute little message there was like, it was nice being not alone for some type period of time. I can't remember the exact title right now. But like, it flashes up there when the game basically reboots. So I liked a lot of those things. I also want to really thank the creator of the mod. I'm not sure if it's Miss Mod or MS Mod, but I really struggled getting that do nothing ending, and it was really because I got the bad ending first. I first erased my first run file, but that for some reason didn't work. It didn't do anything. I need to go into my app data files and properly do everything. I was able to go with the good ending first, but for some reason deleting the first run file didn't do anything at the beginning, and I still couldn't get the do nothing ending. Only after I erased like a lot of data in my app data files, like a lot of data, just like the basic, I can't remember, persistent file something, the save files, all of that. I had a friend help me a little bit there. Although I was able to do it in Purist 2 already, but I was a bit worried, so I took a friend with me because for some reason it didn't work. But I got it to work now anyway. Things like that can happen. I can't imagine how difficult it is to create an entire mod, especially with a lot of endings. So I'm really just glad that I was able, like, I had hit them up on Discord and they were really nice, the creator. They also are like putting out another game, Lost and Found, I think was its name. I remember watching the trailers. It's going to be a visual novel, and I think I'm going to play that too. Probably not on this channel because I want to dedicate this to DLC, but definitely in my spare time because it looks interesting. Anyway, I really want to thank the creator of the mod for being so patient with me, because I really had no idea what was going on, and it seemed like they at the beginning weren't really sure of it either, because, I mean, it could literally just be that I didn't press that option, but I really did press it. I pressed it a lot. I finally got it to work. I'm not going to judge them based on the few errors, like with the Natsuki ending, where for some reason it switched kind of into auto there for a bit. Things like that happen. Same with the Natusuki. It's already much better than it was in the first My Cloud Reality. And this game definitely is a step up. Since I already made 2 reviews beforehand, even if I erased them, I already have a score in mind, so it's going to be easy to explain my point of view there. So anyway, yeah. The creator is awesome. I've seen a few of their other videos. They are awesome. Also, recently has been their anniversary, the anniversary of this mod. It uploaded the same time as the DLC, like on the 22nd of September. But I didn't want, like, I wanted to be that video to be more centered on the DLC in a whole. But it's important to note. The mod is over 1 year old now, a little bit. So, that's great. Also, I like the kind of Easter egg with Project Petunia. As I became for important things. Now to go a bit more into criticism, I always feel a bit bad about it because, like I said, I did enjoy this mod a lot. That's why I also want to have a good review of it. But, like, my problem really just is I tend to be perfectionistic, and it will be into the review a bit. Still, I can tell you it's a good mod. I can recommend it. My criticisms merely lie in... I'm going to start up with accuracy to canon. Sayuri was at large okay. There are a few small things that really aren't even that worth mentioning. Like, for example, Sayuri, Sayuri hasn't cried since, like, childhood, since we've seen her as a child. Oh, she breaks down crying, like, almost breaks down crying as soon as the argument is going on in the club. Sayuri is not incapable of showing sadness or anything like that. She, like, shows negative emotions pretty freely. It's just that she isn't, like, showing that, like, the depth of these emotions. Like, for example, someone breaking down during an argument could also be viewed as a silly thing to break down over, but that's me. I'm silly. No, but, like, it is something that people do, and Sayuri does it too. Perfectly fine. Monika had a few more struggles with, for example, her poem of, like, the wind used to be in my hair, but now it's in hers. it kind of can be interpreted as in the mod kind of revolves around Sayori. Like in every ending, even the Forgotten ending or like the Natsuki and Yuri endings, Sayori plays an important role. But it really gave, like, the entire poem is about Monika being in control, and a part of her character is she really feels out of control in the game. That's literally why she starts controlling things, because she feels out of control. She also isn't aware, like, I'm still a bit conflicted on, is it part of the mod, like, is Monika aware of what happened in other playthroughs because of the mod, or is it implying that no matter how, like, even after you delete the first run file, she's aware? Because that isn't the case, because Act 4 tried to put her back after deleting her. She's like, I don't want to fucking come back. She doesn't remember anything after you delete the first run file. She's just as conditioned to her surroundings as everyone else is. She might not acknowledge it, but in the end, she's just a game character as well. She's still a step up from the original, purely because, like, in the original, her character development just goes kind of out of the window. Here it's still persistent. I also kind of, the way it was like, oh, I was the one who convinced Natsuki. No, Sayori manipulated Natsuki. It's fine. Sayori is allowed to have these flaws. No, it was Sayori who did it. Monika probably wasn't even that caring. She, like, cared about being a new member, but she probably wasn't the one who was like, make cupcakes, because Sayori is the one who knows how to influence her friend, not Monika. So Natsuki's only problem really was her father isn't as abusive in Act 1. He's abusive, as in he's controlling and neglective. That's abusive, but there's no sign that he's physically abusive in Act 1, and he's definitely not starving her. It's fine if you want to make him, like, a bad parent, an absolutely redeemable person. But, like, you can be a shit asshole by being controlling and neglective and not. You don't have, like, it's not accurate that he's, like, physically abusing her in Act 1. He is in Act 2 most likely, but not in Act 1. There is no real sign of any of that. And Monika probably isn't toying around with her father either, so... Yuri, I think, was the worst one, I think. With, that she... Like, for example, when you... I don't know if it's the good or the bad one. Let's see. Give me a... Here, this one. But it also helps us understand why Yuri cuts herself a little more, even if it doesn't make it right. Read the raccoon poem. She explains to us why she cuts herself. She was engaging in something she already felt kind of weird about. Potentially she already had her knife collection by then, or at least she had already developed an interest in knives. And then she just felt the urge, and then she noticed she was an unusual person. If you want to add a little bit more to Yuri's backstory, for example, she developed her interest in knives after, like, her friend with all of that, that's fine, but she isn't cutting herself purely out of guilt. She's cutting herself out of all strong emotions. And by the looks of the raccoon poem, her first reason for doing it was purely out of curiosity. I had that too. I have a history of self-harm. I didn't do it, like, the story I'm telling you is not where I had, like, developed the habit, but I remember one day at school, and I just suddenly had the urge, like, I want to do this. I kind of really want to do this. And I literally went home and was like, I'm gonna do it. I didn't end up doing it, but I was really set on doing it. I kind of was prepared to do it as well, but I didn't end up doing it that time. It can just happen randomly, and especially, like, if you already, like, reads, like, kind of develops like that, or if you in fact just have that background story, she already knew someone who was self-harming and just got curious due to that, that's fine, but I feel like it's a bit annoying when people try to add like this tragedy to it. It's already valuable enough in the way it is. Yuri harms herself because she had the urge once. It releases endorphins, she realized that, and now as soon as she starts like experiencing strong emotions that she can't control, whether positive or negative, she starts engaging in that. Maybe later on also strong emotions of guilt. Sure, you can add that. But the first time she did it was definitely out of curiosity and this weird urge that she experienced. That's literally part of the raccoon poem in Act 1. So that's definitely it. So I feel like that was also not really that good. I did like the good at Yuri ending with like sending the knife off. I still wish that people would understand that Yuri can still have a knife collection. I like that in like a few other mods, where she is allowed to keep her knife collection. You can have an interest in knives, like normally like that. And it seems like the interest in knives and her self-harm are a bit in a separate location for like the guilty pleasure. Very easily could have been she already had an interest in knife before that, but due to that, at that point in time where she was engaging with like knives, admiring them or something, she just suddenly random felt the urge, and she ended up doing it. She's still allowed to have an interest in knives, but in general, I liked the ending. It was really sweet there. Yeah. But I feel like all of that, like, Sayuri is pretty in character. The only things that are kind of there are a bit minor. Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika have a few bigger ones. I also have, like, a bit of a disliking towards the way that's implying that, like, for example, in Catfight, that it acted out because Sayuri isn't present. It acts out in Act 2 because Monika is messing with them. When you call in Sayuri, Natsuki and Yuri first don't give a shit. They don't care if she's present or not. They care as soon as she fully inserts herself into the conflict in an attempt to do something. But Sayuri's presence itself doesn't matter to them. The fight wouldn't have been any different in Act 2 without Sayuri if Monika hadn't been messing with their files already, making Natsuki more emotional, more prone to aggression as well due to that, and Yuri more possessive, obsessive, and therefore more inclined to also aggressive behaviors towards people that are kind of competing with her in specific spots. Act 2, they probably could have been perfectly fine if Monika hadn't been messing with them. Would they be as close or as... would they have as strong as a bond without Sayuri? No, but they would be fine. They would have been perfectly like what Natsuki says, for a little bit of time it was nice in the club. It wasn't anything special where she could just be like completely herself and feel completely free about everything, but like until Monika starts messing with things, it was a perfectly fine spot to just hang out in, including with Yuri. So yeah, I don't like that it's kind of implying that it's because of Sayuri, because Sayuri really isn't that much of an influence there. She's an important part of the club. She affects a lot of the atmosphere. But her presence itself does not decide whether or not fights are acting out or not. I also wondered, is it maybe because the mod is centering around Sayuri and Sayuri isn't present and due to that it's acting out? But then as soon as we chime in and Sayuri isn't present for a very long time still, it's perfectly fine. There are no further glitches really happening, so that's probably not it. Or it was not really written in a way that it could come off as that. So I've decided on 7 out of 10 for it. A few things just with Monika, Yuri, and Natsuki. Few of them bigger, few of them smaller. Yeah. Storytelling-wise, I want to add here real quick that I also really enjoyed that Sayuri image. I really need, like, I enjoyed the dead Sayuri. It's just that, from personal experience, it's a bit more accurate to what it actually looks like, and due to that, it adds a bit of personal value to me. So, yeah, that was very good for me. Anyway, what's more important to actually the story is one thing I also really liked was the pacing has improved over the original My Cloudy Reality. And specific things, it's still a bit too fast paced for me, but I realized that that's a bit more of a me thing. Like, and specific things are also a bit better because, for example, the Natsuki ending. We kind of just jump in there, her father abuses her. It's way too fast paced for me, but due to all the other endings also being more in the shorter end, it kind of just fits better into, like, if you tried to do it any longer than that, it would also feel a bit odd. So I feel like it's doing well with that. And Sayori's solution ending also was a better pace because in the original it was like we didn't have enough time through the MC's process of grieving for me to feel anything towards the end, really. I felt a little bit, of course, because of how it relates to me personally, but generally writing-wise, it was way too sudden to, like, jump to that. So, it really ended up not having an impact. I think it makes a lot more sense here, where it's like Monika just wants to quickly send off Sayori, give some proper respect to her after what she has done for them. So this also makes it feel the pacing a lot more natural. As for more negative things, there are smaller things, such as, for example, I mentioned it, trust and lost trust. The MC in the trust ending could still easily have felt like... I feel like it's a bit upsetting that there's, like, no real in-between. For, like, he still can feel betrayed and still acknowledge that it's just... He can still be... It's the entire point of you and not your feelings. Yes, the MC can feel a bit betrayed by it, but in the end, if it matters to him most, that, like, it can still matter to him more that Sayori had someone to rely on, not Yuri. That Sayori had someone to rely on. There could still be this feeling of him of, like, a bit of betrayal. And I feel like it would have been nice to be a bit touch upon it. Especially with, like, how the MC reacts in the original. Kind of explore the fact that you can kind of feel that way of, like, why didn't she tell me sooner? And still be, like, genuinely still understand and just be happy that they had someone. In spite of that feeling. The other smaller thing is... We have this one wrong move ending, where it's all about, like, more consent. It's consensual things, right? And then Sayori is allowed to just break people's boundaries throughout the entire mod. I think it was, like, in, for example, the good Natsuki ending, where she just hugs a person who is clearly distressed right now and full of injuries, and it might, like, maybe they were genuinely enjoying, but maybe just due to the injuries it could be harmful even then. Or, like, in the teamwork ending, there's also a bit of it where it's, like, touching upon, oh, but we're close, so it's normal for us to break our boundaries. No, no, no. Please? Like I said, it's a bigger deal for me because of the importance of consent in our friend group. So I just have to say it just kind of is a bit bothering in, like, specific endings. I think it was in Sayori's Solution or something as well. That Sayori is allowed to just break people's boundaries without any consequence. It doesn't matter if it's sexual or romantic or anything. All boundaries should be respected, even if it's something simple as hugging. Until you know where the other person stands with, like, touch and all of that, or until you know their boundaries, you should be a bit more wary of that. And not just going for hugs all the time. Especially in situations where, for example, someone is clearly distressed. Because in a lot of situations, for example, for people who are currently going through something like that Natsuki is currently going through, maybe they don't want to suddenly be touched. And even if you know someone's boundaries, if they start showing some type of sign that they're currently all of a sudden not comfortable with it, even though they normally would be, make sure to ask beforehand, because even if they're normally for it, maybe they're not in that moment, for example, after going through something what Natsuki went through. It's just a bit like... I like the ending in general, because it's it really is an important thing for me and my friendship group, but so is consent for things like hugging and everything. And it's not out of character for Sayori to break people's boundaries, but I feel like it could have been, especially if you want to touch upon this, also been touched upon a bit in a matter of don't break people's boundaries even if it's not sexual. It's not extremely big of a deal, but it did weigh me down a little bit because of how important it is in our friendship group. And the only real problem, an actual problem that's not like something as minor as, okay, it can be excused a little bit, maybe mixing in the message of consent everywhere would be a bit tiring, or like lost trust and trust ending. It's okay to show both extremes because there are some people who really are just like, oh, actually I don't really even feel betrayed, I'm just happy about that, and mixing in a middle ground would also be a bit difficult. Or all of things along those lines. It's pretty minor stuff, but for something that's a bit bigger is the... Once again with Yuri just, I felt like, was dealt a bit of a dirtier hand. Yuri's bad and good ending are like the choices that lead to the bad and good ending. I don't really like the way that the choice there was handled. For the bad Yuri ending, you remain calm, you go Sayori. Maybe you're a bit too quick on telling something that Sayori has no business of really knowing. That should be for Yuri to tell, but it's a stressful situation, so you end up saying it. And then you go to Yuri's house calmly, now with knowledge where she is. And you find her. And there's a potential to talk, but she's currently freaking out, and there's no way you can save her. She's dead. First and foremost, as soon as someone stabs themselves in the heart, call an ambulance, they can still be saved. I felt like it's important to note. It's not an extremely high chance, but it's not impossible either. At least try. At least try it, and don't just immediately are like, oh, no way of saving her now. And as soon as someone's having, like, clearly a mental breakdown or like something along with those lines, or stressing out or something, and they're holding a knife, it's understandable if you want to keep your distance, but they can in fact still be saved. I'm not saying the mod intended to send the message that you can't be saved, but it kind of came off a little bit that way. Especially when you consider that the good Yuri ending is you stressing, you run after her, you don't catch up to her, you have lost her. You happen to reach into the bag and stab yourself with a knife, like cut yourself with a knife. And then you happen to coincidentally bump into her. And that's it. That's how you achieve the good ending. Purely based on coincidence. You don't think rationally and decide, I'm going to talk to her now in a calm manner. You're like, I run after her, I don't actually end up catching up to her, but luckily, I coincidentally bump into her. Otherwise, it probably would have ended about the same way as the bad Yuri ending, except Sayori wouldn't have had to see it. It's just that I don't like the way that it's handled, that like the good ending is really just based on that singular coincidence that you happen to bump into Yuri there. And did you haven't cut your hand? She's like, oh, I want to handle this. And the bad Yuri ending is purely based on the fact of you can't, like, literally the only reason that it happens is, the reason that I'm a bit bothered by it is that it's kind of like, you can't speak to someone rationally the moment they're stressed out. And yes, it's not easy, but it's not completely impossible either. And instead of being able to communicate with her, like, being able to talk with her, you kind of just happen to run into her, and that luckily saves your life in this incident, and also Yuri's life. It's purely based on coincidence, the good ending. And the bad ending is purely based on, you can't speak to Yuri anymore the moment she has made up her mind, I guess. So, the Natsuki ending suffers a bit from that as well, where the choices are, you go on your phone and you just happen to see the message, or rather the other way around. You don't go on your phone, you are responsible and write a poem. And you happen to not hear her knocking and everything. It's once again purely based on a choice where it's like, especially if like Yuri's phrasing, go after her, idiot. Had you not run into her in that exact moment, or had you not cut your hat in that exact moment, she probably would have run away as well. It literally wouldn't have ended the way it did. Because running after her, you don't catch up to her and speak to her and like, please, I want to understand and everything. No, you just happen to bump into her. And with Natsuki it's kind of similar, where it's like, at least it's kind of acknowledged here that it would have been a normal thing to be like, I need to write a poem for the festival still. But it, I feel like I kind of am a bit more nice towards that ending, because sometimes it is those small decisions that do make a big difference. Like, I have 2 ways home from work. If I decide to go that route, like I usually do, like I usually go that route, and today I actually decide to just go the other route, just because I want to go for a nice stroll, and I happen to bump into my friend that I haven't seen in 1, 2, 3, in 4 years, and we just happen to suddenly bump into each other. It can happen. It's purely on coincidence. However, I've actually seen reviews on like visual novels, and one of the things that are criticized for some visual novels also tend to be those endings where it's like, you have no idea. Like, it's kind of making you like situations like these, where it's like, there's no way to know which option you should pick. There's absolutely no way of actually knowing, like even kind of predicting it, what could happen. You can predict a little bit, like maybe Natsuki wants to text you or something, but it still goes a bit into that thing that is criticized in a handful of visual novels by some people. But I feel like my problem really lies more with Yuri, the way Yuri's endings were handled. Like, the good ending is just coincidental, and the bad ending just happens because you can't speak to Yuri at some point anymore. Even though you handled it quite a bit better than you did in the straight up good Yuri ending. Aside from the break into her house, but, I mean, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in Germany, I'm pretty sure there's like even a law that you are allowed to break property if it means to help someone, so. To also say a few good things, I don't mind that the MC blames himself for a lot of things, like even the bad Natsuki ending, like, he just wanted to do the right thing, but like, he still blames himself, and that's normal, I'm pretty sure. Or like in the Forgotten ending. Sayori said she wanted to be left alone, free to spend time with others. You did exactly that. Should you have checked up on her? Yes, but honestly, checking up on her in text does not mean anything. Like, it still means you kind of still checked up on her. It's not your fault that you... like, you're still allowed to have an interest in other things. Should he maybe have checked up on her a bit more? Sure. But like... especially Friday, where we get home with Monika, it's already phrased like it's kind of a bad thing, and it's like, not really. But I don't think it was really intended for that, like, either. It's just rather that the MC tends to blame himself for bad things that happen, even if it's not his fault. And I don't think the endings really make it out to be, especially for like the bad Natsuki ending, where like Monika's also like, that's really not your fault. It's just that people do tend to blame themselves, even if there's nothing more that they, or like even if what happened isn't really their fault, or really isn't as much their fault as they're making it out to be. And on another positive, that wasn't exactly a positive note, that's more rather protecting the mod from something I've read. There's also something I've read about Yuri opening up pretty quickly. That makes sense though. I feel like that's totally in character for Yuri actually. After, like, in the main game, when you go with... As long as you keep Yuri long enough and write the final poem for her, she opens up. She has like this entire sad dialogue of hers that you also get when romance, like, going her down her route. She's the one that's like, with Sayuri you need 2, with Natsuki preferably 3, because with the second one she also still runs away. With Yuri you only need 1, you just need to simply keep her for as long until you reach Friday. And if you keep her that long and write the final poem for her, she's going to have the more intimate exchange with you. So I think it's completely in character for her to probably open up pretty quickly when she's in a comfortable space like that. And another good ending, another good note is for example, in the Forgotten ending, Sayuri doesn't just kill herself after all that, but it's certainly a bad ending after she, like, kind of just grows quiet and never speaks never really, like, speaks again, or speaks very little. Like, even aside from the one wrong move ending, of course, which is kind of his fault, what did I want to say? Even in, like, the more bad endings, that doesn't mean immediately that Sayori is going to just immediately kill herself. For example, also in the unhappy ending, or like, she also doesn't kill herself, and though they're bad endings, but they still kind of die, which also, that's something I want to say. It's also not really in character for Yuri. She isn't suicidal in Act 1. But also in, like, more negative endings, like Lost, Trust, or Forgotten, Sayori doesn't kill herself. I kind of like that because it shows a few more effects of that it's not all just like if the only bad endings you can think of for Sayori is death, then that's not really. I think it's better to have, like, a few more options as to what could happen to a depressed person than immediately always suicide. So yeah, I like that as well. For the writing, I end up on a 9 out of 10. Because some things are rather small and it's still just a mod. That sounds a bit horrible. I always say it, I'm not going to rate mods like how I rate, for example, books or games by, like, their own games. Because they're kind of more on the side of fanfiction, where they are born out of a love for medium, and I could feel the love. I could feel the love for the DLC and the mod. And I think that's the most important thing in mods. So, or like fanfiction of like, in this case, the DLC. Like, I mean, generally just fanfiction. That you can notice that they're really passionate about the medium that they're, like, focusing on. So I feel like that's more important than focusing completely on, like, the way that it's... Like, it's important to note specific things on writing. For example, if they want to continue writing, like MS Mod or Miss Mod, with, like, their Lost and Found. Yeah, so it's... I feel like it's... I feel like it's still important to discuss that there is still a bit of improvement there, but in general I would say it's already very well written. It's just a few things, like minor things, or like I feel like the Yuri ending and maybe but the Natsuki ending is what really drags it a bit more down, as in writing wise. Still a 9 out of 10, it's still very well written and I could feel the love, and that's really important. So yeah, 7 and 9 equals out to 8. The 7 remained from the original. Monika was a bit better, but due to us having more Yuri, it kind of ended up being a bit more... a few more struggles came from that. There you go. And... the story did improve for sure, though. It improved a lot. And that's great to see that people are, like, improving on their writing. And I know the persons that, like, at the beginning it's like that they aren't too fond of their first My Cloudy Reality. This one is definitely a step up. I didn't think the other one was extremely bad either. But it's definitely a step up, this one. So yeah, I feel like they should be proud of themselves for making a good mod. And I've seen a lot of praise for the mod as well. So clearly a lot of people enjoy it. A lot of other people enjoy it too. There you go. So yeah. Because 8 out of 10 is a good score. That's all I want to say, I'm pretty sure. And that's all there is. So yeah. Nice mod. Now the music is making me emotional. I will potentially play it again. We'll see. Well, definitely on the channel, but in my spare time. I hope you all have a good day, night, morning, or evening. And I hope you all stay safe. Goodbye.